Okay, now we have everything punched out, everything's inked, we have our ribbon cut, and we're ready to start putting together the book. And that's what we're going to work on now. You should have 3 pages that look like this, or 3 sheets that are scalloped on the edges. They're the 3 smallest that are in the kit. These are not pages of the book. These are actually going to be photo mats in your book. So we're going to set those to the side so we don't get them mixed up with everything. We have our die cuts down here that we're not going to use yet, so I'm going to slide those to the side. And the tags will be added later, so I'm also going to set those to the side. That leaves us with 6 sheets of scalloped edged papers. And you'll notice on these sheets that there is a scored line on each of them, and some of these are harder to see. But what you want to do is you want to fold each of those sheets along that scored line, because these are going to become the pages of your book. If you have a scoring tool, you can certainly use that, but the score lines are there, so it makes it pretty easy to do without a scoring tool. All right, we're going to start with the back of the book and work our way forward. We're going to start with the largest pages. There's 2 of them that are the same size. We're going to stack those on top of each other, and we're going to make sure we're lining up our holes as we go. So here's the first 2, or it's actually going to be your back 2 pages. And then we have the next 2, and we're going to assemble those on, still trying to line up the holes at the bottom. Notice that I'm lining up all the pages from the bottom. The top of the pages are going to have a stair step to them. And then, of course, we want the smaller ones. I probably don't want the yellow with the yellow, so I'm going to flip this one over and use it this way. And you can do these whichever way you want. So when you are all done, you're going to have 6 pages in your album. You're going to start at the bottom and line up your holes. Now we are working on getting the ribbon through the holes at the bottom, and you want to poke the ribbon through and you're going to tie it. If you count, you have 7 holes. No, you have 14 holes and 7 pieces of ribbon. So I'm going to put a ribbon in every other hole going up in my book. Now here's a little secret I learned that I'm going to share with you. I found these flossers. You can find them in the dental aisle with the floss there, and they are perfect for stringing ribbon through holes like this. All I do is stick the end in. Remember, I'm skipping every other hole. Oops. And I'm going to add the ribbon inside. And I'm going to pull it through those holes. There we go. And I'm going to tie it. We want to continue doing this until we have all 7 ribbons tied on the side. Okay, now that I have all 7 ribbons tied up the side, I went ahead and cut my ribbons a little bit on the edges, making some pretty edges, and it also shortens the ribbons so they're not quite so long. I think it gives it a more finished look, but this is certainly up to you if you want to do that. So once I have my ribbons cut down and they're all tied, I'm going to work on getting the cover of the album put together. To do that, we are going to take this tag and we're going to put a picture behind it, and I already have adhesive on the back of mine. And you want to stick it right on there. And then we're going to take the black ribbon and poke it through that hole. Pull it through and tie it into a nice knot on top. And once again, it's up to you. You can kind of work with it to get it to lay the way you want. But I like to finish it off by cutting the edges. And it takes a second to do. And now my tag is ready to add to the canvas. Here's the canvas we had already inked previously. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that tag and we're going to make sure the bottom of the tag is flush with the bottom of the canvas, and we are going to lay it right on top. So it looks like this. Now we want to embellish this a little bit, and they have the supplies in there to do that. We're going to take the chipboard that we've inked and the pattern paper that's cut to match, and we're going to add a little adhesive to the back of that and line it up right on top. And then we're going to take the word autumn and we're going to add it to the front of this. You can do this a few different ways. You can run it through a Xyron machine that puts adhesive on the back. You can add glue, whatever works for you. And we're going to adhere that to the front. Make sure that you slide it over so that it's flush on this side, because that's the side where the book is going to be put together, but it can hang over the edge on the opposite side. We are also going to take our chipboard leaf. Now, some people like to stamp this to add a design to it. I did not. I just chalked the edges, but I'm going to add that right here to the corner, and we have the front of our book that we're ready to add to our album. Now that we have the embellishments added to the tag and the tag added to the canvas, we're ready to adhere this to the book. And all we're going to do is take some adhesive and put it on the back of our canvas. You can use any adhesive you like. And we're going to lay it directly on the front page of the book. You're going to have to slide that ribbon out of the way. And you want to make sure that it's flush with the bottom of the book so that it's slid all the way down. And then give it a few minutes to dry. And that is the start of putting together our book. The next video will show you how to do all the pages on the inside of your book.